What is up, guys? This is your boy Superior Simmer, and today I have some more information regarding The Sims. If you guys like news, updates, and discussions, please hit the sub button, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I also do have an affiliate link with Instagame to bring you guys cheaper games. If you guys click the right side of the screen or the link in the description, you guys will find a bunch of deals on cheaper game titles. They have action RPGs, adventure games, of course simulation, racing. Without further ado, let's get into the content. All right, guys, so we finally got more information on the Sims 4 Recycled and Legacy. Oh, I'm sorry. Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy. Now I'm going to be doing a breakdown of all the features that's been confirmed coming to this expansion pack. Now, I've seen a lot of people interested in this pack and they do want to acquire it without giving EA money. This is a shameless plug, but there are ways you guys can acquire new packs without giving EA any of your money. Now, there are a few options. One that I recommend is the safest option is CD key sites. Buying packs off CD key sites like Instant Gaming does not give money to EA. If anything, you're actually hurting the company, which is what we want to do. And what's different this time with this expansion pack is they're holding this weird bundle. Now, to the best of my knowledge, there hasn't been any CD key sites that offer this bundle except for Instant Gaming. You will get it for a 12% discount, so it'll be a lot cheaper than buying it through the EA store. And again, it's not my business to tell you guys what to do with your money, but again, if possible, if you guys do not want to give money to EA but you still want to acquire the pack, one of the best, safest solutions I would want you guys to do is go to a CD key site. I don't care if you guys use my link or not, but again, I'm just letting you guys know there are safer, better options than going through other routes. If you know, you know, and you will get it at a cheaper discounted price. I know since the whole Natty situation, there's people trying to find alternatives and some of those options are unsafe, so I'd rather you guys go through something that is a lot more secure, like again, Instant Gaming. You guys can go on the website, click notify, and it'll let you know through email when the bundle is in stock. Now, they finally dropped the official reveal trailer for the Recycled and Legacy expansion pack, and there's been a lot of mixed feelings. Again, one of the biggest things is people wanted more of a Sims Medieval type of like expansion, and I feel like there definitely is a lot of elements of that in this expansion pack, but it's not like a successor to like Sims Medieval. This is going into a completely different direction. Now, of course, with this new expansion pack, we have a new world called Ondarion. I could be saying it wrong. I'm probably gonna say a lot of wrong things, so just correct me in the comments, please. This is a coastal kingdom divided into 3 unique neighborhoods, each with its own culture, vibe, and powerful noble dynasty. So Sims can live in a palace-style homes, explore rich history, and host grand events like balls. There also is the price of power, so we have a noble career and its ranks. So the new noble career path is where a sim can rise from a newcomer to a ruler of a kingdom. You gain favor, which is a new resource, with the nobles and commoners and make alliances or rivalries. Still can't say that word. So some key points here is Sims can climb the noble ranks and try to become a monarch. You can favor choices and political strategies and shape outcomes, and you can either rise or fall based on the decisions and scandals. Now, one example of this whole scandals feature was shown in the trailer. I'm assuming it was Princess Cordelia, who was again married to somebody else, but behind closed doors, she's actually having an affair with another sim. And as you can see, the secret doesn't last long because a maid that works for her sees her with this other sim, which then creates a scandal. And in the trailer, it shows that this is a secret lover scandal. So I'm assuming there's like different types of scandals. And at the bottom, it says fades into obscurity in 7 days. So that means that 7 days before the scandal gets expired. Now, obviously this happened before the maid was blackmailing her, so I'm kind of confused why they showed that like after. But in the trailer, we did see the maid basically say, hey, like, I need money because I have this scandal on you. And then there's like this weird altercation where she's basically like yelling at her about the whole love affair, but then we see Princess Cordelia basically like pleading to her like, hey, like, no, don't say anything. But in the end, she sends like a mass text to everybody and the scandal is out, which ends up ruining Cordelia's marriage. But again, this is why a lot of simmers have mixed feelings with this expansion pack. This whole scandal stuff is very similar to the feature that we have with For Rent, where you can basically snoop around and find information, whether you like break into someone's house or like, you know, check their trash cans. Either or, you can find like basically like dirt on a sim, and then you can choose to either blackmail the sim or say, hey, like, I know your secret, but I'm gonna keep it. Like, and of course you have more of the evil malicious option of blackmailing them and receiving like a little bit of simoleons. So this is not too far off from this whole scandal feature, and this is why I feel like the Sims 4 gets a lot of hate. So again, I don't really understand it, but yeah, this feature to me is a little bit similar, and I do feel like the whole blackmailing, snooping stuff with For Rent makes a lot more sense because it's like universal. This scandal feature feels like it's more tied to the pack than like something you would use outside of playing this expansion, if that makes sense. I might sound confusing, but it just feels like they made this just for the pack itself. Now, they did mention a Dynasty system. So the Dynasty gameplay mechanics let Sims create or join noble families, so you can define values, choose heirs, or even expel members, and it's meant to deepen generational storytelling. And again, some of the key features is you can start or join your own dynasty and then and build a family legacy. And then you can also designate heirs or outcasts and shape family lore. Now, I'm a little bit confused with the whole three kingdoms thing, because again, each kingdom has like its own culture. I'm surprised there isn't like a fourth kingdom for the player to kind of like create their own kingdom. Now, when it comes to the Darong dynasty, that is the one that has a lot of like African culture. A lot of people are very upset that that is tied to just a small neighborhood. Africa is a huge continent, bro. Like, you could tour that place for months and still not like discover all the cultures there. It's just funny to me that they're trying to put this huge country into a small like neighborhood. Also, the song that was played in the trailer, I really enjoyed. I know some people said they didn't like it. I don't know, man. To each their own. I thought the song was fire. Like, I did my little performative dance. The artist who made the song is called Amare. I could be saying their name wrong. I'll leave their Twitter and their song in the link in the description if you guys want to go support them. So again, when it comes to the scandal/reputation system, so rumors or events like forbidden romances or secret children can dramatically impact relationships, dynasty prestige, and social standing. So yeah, again, this pack has a lot of like heavy vibes of like Game of Thrones. Again, like, you know, forbidden romances, obviously probably not crazy stuff like Cersei, Jaime level, you know, secret children, having like a bastard child, stuff like that obviously impacts your relationships and the dynasty prestige and social standing, because that stuff is basically like wrong. So I can kind of see like where this is going, but again, I feel like a lot of people need to see like more of like the gameplay to understand like how this is going to work. But yeah, they mentioned like small lips can turn into major scandals, so we saw that in the trailer. We explained it already. Sims can handle scandals in different ways, so they can apologize, they can deny it, or even turn it into a book. Again, these options weren't with For Rent, so they've kind of expanded on this. But again, this is why I feel like a lot of people hate The Sims 4, because it's like they always take these features and they chop it up. All this stuff could have been For Rent, bro. Now, they also mentioned that The Sims need collaborative community groups and black diaspora ensure the culture is like authentic as possible, and in specific aspects of world design, create a sim and build by content. I'm personally not going to be sharing the Simmers names because they've already received a lot of harassment. I think the Simmers that explained the process of this said that this happened like a year ago, so obviously there's nothing they can do in that situation. But shout out to them. I think this is a really cool opportunity. Now, some of the new like gameplay features / skills is the swordsmanship skill and duels. So you can run tournaments and use swords for prestige. There's also secret passages, so we saw that in the trailer. There's also the backroom lot type. So this is a new lot that leads a double life. So by day, it functions as a library, gym, or museum, depending on how you build it. But when night falls, it transforms into a nightclub. Sims can experience this shift in Dombele. I might be saying that wrong, so again, please correct me in the comments. So that's very interesting. This lot functions as basically 3 different things. Now, there also is swordsmanship as well. This is a new level 10 skill that lets your Sims duel for love, simoleons, career promotions, noble rivalries, and more. And there's also swordsmanship tournaments that are held at gazebos found throughout every neighborhood, in Ondarion as a gold event, so where opponents gather and players complete event tasks through duels. Now, there's also some small features that were mentioned, like the legendary sword in stone. I'm assuming that will get you like prestige. There's also the waltz, so we saw that in the trailer. You can waltz at the magical ballroom dance in dazzling crystal slippers, or you can woo a noble frog with unpredictable results, or consult the enchanted mirror to reveal hidden truths. So we actually saw all this in the trailer. There was one sim holding up a frog and it looked like she was like trying to raise them up, which is like kind of crazy. And then there was also the enchanted mirror that we saw with one of the royal sims basically like looking into it, and I guess it was like telling her she was going to be like queen one day or something. I don't know. So there's a lot of like, I would say, magical like aspects to this as well. I feel like this is first time in a while we've seen a lot of gameplay with an expansion pack. Like, there's a lot of like little gameplay stuff here. This is obviously not The Sims Medieval, and I feel like if people try to like look for that, you're probably not going to get that with this expansion pack. But there definitely is a lot of like fairy tale elements that are in this pack for sure. Like the whole frog situation, the glass slippers, pulling the sword out the stone, the enchanted mirror. So there definitely is like those type of like magical elements. And they also did mention that there's going to be a bunch of cross-pack gameplay. And lastly, the pack does launch February 12th. There's been no confirmation if they're going to be doing a gameplay live stream, but they do have a scheduled gameplay trailer coming out January 22nd. And yeah, comment down below your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. So yeah, if you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good day and take care.